Hello, out there in beekeeping land. How's everyone doing today? This is Richard from My Baby's Apiary. We're located in West Palm Beach. Nothing big, just a little small apiary backyard beekeeper. But what I wanted to share is very knowledgeable. So you're thinking about doing beekeeping, I heard. Well, just some pointers I wanted to share with you. First of all, beekeeping is not cheap. Beekeeping is not cheap. You know, a lot of people say that it's a hobby, but it can become an expensive hobby. It can become very frustrating. Also, it can become very rewarding. First thing I would like to recommend is if you're going to start doing beekeeping, I do recommend that you sign up with a bee club. I do recommend that you educate yourself well about bees. Bees can be fun and bees can be very dangerous. So, the first thing you do is education. You want to educate yourself. First thing you will learn is that there's a lot of videos out there on YouTube telling you to try this, to try that, to do this, and to do that. The first thing you want to do is find videos that's in your area. Now, I'm located in West Palm Beach, Florida, and I try to look at videos from the state of Florida. Even though beekeeping has the same basics all over, the areas can be different. What beekeepers do up north, we might not do down here in Florida. And what beekeepers do in Florida, they up in the north area might not do. So you want to find videos that's actually in your area. The next thing you want to do is get the right and the proper gear to put on. You always want to protect yourself. You will find a lot of guys on YouTube. You'll see them in their shorts, flip flops, t shirts, and you name it. And to them, you know, they're well experienced and that's cool to them. But for me, you know, as someone that cares, I would tell you to beware. You always want to wear your protective equipment, your PPE. You always want to have some Velcro straps for your legs. And I'll make another video going over all of these safety items that you need. So you want to have your Velcro straps to go around your legs because bees will crawl upwards. Sometimes you'll get a clump of bees on the ground and they'll crawl upwards, and you don't want bees going up your pants leg. And I don't need to explain to you what will happen, but you should be able to figure that one out pretty easy. A little common sense goes a long way, as they say. You always want to have a veil. And I have many different size of veils. I have the one piece for just going out doing something quick, you know, just throw a veil over my head to protect my face. So you want to have the proper gear. I do recommend, however, getting a vented beat suit. That might be expensive for you on your first go, but it'll save you from buying a bee suit twice. Because what you'll realize is that the vintage suit works great. It gets very hot in that bee suit. And once you get comfortable, you don't have to wear a full bee suit. You can wear a long sleeve shirt, some good jeans or thick corduroys. Always want to have your gloves, and you always want to have your veil. So safety gear is very important. So that would be some things that I could recommend to you for the beginner beekeeper that wants to do beekeeping. Now, I love beekeeping. And it's a lot of stress relief for me, to come home. I do have a job. I'm a HVAC contractor by trade. And when I finish doing that in the day, I come home and I don't bother my bees all the time. Beekeeping can become addictive, let me tell you. It's a lot of fun, it's a lot of challenges, and you want to learn your bees. You want to practice with your bees. You want to learn what your bees like and what they don't like. And doing beekeeping, you'll become a part of nature because bees actually help the environment. They help pollinate about 80% of the foods that we eat, and they can become a lot of fun. And they're also like having a pet. You're going to need treatments for them. They have synthetic treatments, they have organic treatments. And I'll have a video coming up going over some of that. If you look in the background there, you can see my oxalic acid vaporizer in the back, my veil. I got a couple of extra boxes. And at the beginning, I tell you beekeeping can become frustrating because your bees will grow really fast. If you do the right things in the springtime, the bees will grow really fast. And the most frustrating thing is for your bees to be ready to expand and you don't have extra equipment. And what'll happen is your bees will swarm on you and you'll lose half your colony and you'll become depressed somewhat. If you handle it the right way, you can get a mated queen and get the hive going back really fast. But that's a different story. What I just want to focus on today is the beginning beekeeper. Just a warning, just some things that I've learned, when I first began beekeeping. My journey started with my wife asking me to get rid of the bees out of the eave because every time she went out in her garden, the bees would come out or she would see them flying and she would just be terrified. And it became part of my honeydew list. And what I did was I had no experience about bees. So I went to YouTube and started learning, watching people, and I learned really fast that there's a lot of people on YouTube that don't know what the heck they're talking about or doing with bees. So what you want to do is join a bee club, follow some people that have legit channels. I can name a few for you: Cayman Reynolds, David Burns, Frederick Dunn, the University of Florida, Dr. Jamie Ellis. They have some good videos on there for you to learn about a lot of different things. Or hey, you can follow me. I'm here for you. I'm your favorite person. I've been there where you're headed now. And my job is to educate you and to share all of the mistakes that I made so that I can help you along the way. So if you have found this video helpful and you want to see more videos, give me a thumbs up or subscribe to my channel. I'm a new beekeeper here. I'm going on my second year, but I like to help people. So you have a wonderful day and I'll see you on the next video.